Hello friends, it's Saturday night, July 16th, and in about 8 hours I'll be boarding a plane in Fort Lauderdale Airport and flying up to Philadelphia to see Pete at the Armory Channel. So I thought I felt a little guilty. I didn't want to just split for 4 days and everyone wondering, you know, how come Tom's not returning comments and is everything okay and things like that. So before I go to bed I wanted to just do this update. Let me tell you what's going on. First, let me tell you what's on the table here. I have nothing scripted at all, really. I'm just talking out loud today. I'm very excited about the trip. I just finished packing and all that kind of stuff, getting ready, and I mowed the lawn today, and I did all this stuff. It was a great day, great Saturday afternoon. Now, what's on the table here, when I come back from the trip, we're going to do some details on these particular guns first. The Ed Brown has been through what I call the torture test. All these 4 guns you're about to look at have been through, once they've got 1,000 rounds through them of all different types, you know, hollow points, full metal jacket, all different types of manufacturers' cartridges, and they have 0 issues, or if they have any issues, at least I learn about it. They've been through my torture test of 1,000 rounds, and so the Ed Brown is just 100% perfect. All the guns on the table have been 100% perfect that we're about to look at. Ed Brown is just amazing. We can start doing some nice field strips on it and do some more discussions on this gun. Very happy with it. Here now is HK. I haven't spoke much about HKs in the past. I have 2 on the table. This is the P2000 series. That one you're looking at is the S. I have to walk up there and look at the letter. What is it? SK. Yeah, that's what I thought. SK series. That's the smaller version. And I must say, of the 2, that P2000 and that P2000, I love them both. And when I do a review, I'll tell you which one I like better, and there's a reason why I like one better than the other. But we'll get into that. They're both 40s, okay? And in the middle is an HK. I'm sorry it's leaning down that way. I just did this real quick. It's late. That's an HK 45 ACP compact. Okay, that's kind of tricked out, that gun. That's pretty sweet. So we'll be talking about HKs more in the future, and also flashlights in general. I have a lot of flashlights, like a lot. So I'm really into flashlights. That one's one of my favorites. It's the TA21 number model from Phoenix. And in the back, I just, for display purposes, I threw up 2 Espadas, just to let you know I'm way into blades, and we'll be talking about every maker of blades, from Spyderco to Gerber to just all of them, every one that you can think of. I'll be discussing. I'm not the cutlery lover. Cutlery lover is the knife guy, so I can't give reviews the way he does. But I'll give you my input and what I think about them, and I'll show them to you and tell you what I like and dislike about them. So we'll be doing more knife reviews, and I'm way into flashlights. Those I can give you really good, pretty well scripted videos on flashlights. And HKs, we'll talk about those more in the future. Okay, now let me go on with this update. I'll tell you about the trip now. I'm leaving in the morning. I'm going to see Pete in Philadelphia. And remember I mentioned we're going to see some historical sites. Well, I don't want to tell you what they are because I want it to be a surprise. I fly home Wednesday, so Wednesday night I'll post the first video. One of the places we are going is so amazing. I don't want to build it up because, you know, you never know when you get there. If the videotaping doesn't go properly, if they don't allow videotaping in certain portions of the place we are going, and then I come back disappointed that I can't show you everything. But I'm telling you right now, this is one of the most exciting places, maybe the most exciting places I've ever been to in my life. And I've been all over the world. So you can try to guess what it is. It's a 4-hour drive from Philadelphia, and it's got a lot of guns. A lot of guns. So we're pretty excited about this, Pete and I. What I'm doing is I'm landing tomorrow, I don't know, about noon or something, and then I rent a car. Going to Pete's family's, God bless his father, is 80 years old tomorrow night. I'm going to, thank you Pete for inviting me, and the whole family for inviting me. I'm going to that birthday party for Pete's dad. Happy birthday, Mr. Armory Channel, we'll call him. What a beautiful, nice man he is. I met him last time I was there. So he just like Pete, just a wholesome man. By the way, Pete calls Tom and I, Tom and Pete, I should say, I'm tired. Tom and Pete, the Odd Couple. Yeah, that's him. If you've ever seen the show, The Odd Couple, but we're like Poetry in Motion. We're like perfect together. You know, our channels are kind of different, but you know, he's the Howard Stern. He's the funny guy. I told him he should just get a stand-up gig, and just that's the end of life. He'd just make $1,000 a night, doing a stand-up gig, or getting his own radio show. Like, be a real Howard Stern and get a radio show. Oh, I'm talking out loud now. All right, so that's what's going on with the trip. We're going to historical sites and one really, really, really cool place. I just don't want to tell you what it is because I just hope the filming goes well. And then if it goes well, I'll go there like monthly if it's what I think it's going to be. We'll see. Okay, now the studio, I spoke about this in the past. Well, I want to pause, pull the camera way back and show you what's going on. Okay, let me pause. All right, this is 20% finished, if that. Maybe I'll say 10% finished because I mean, I got a lot to do, and these halogen lights are all being switched out with professional photography lights. The cloth will be changed out. I have a shelf going across the middle. Here, I'll just walk up there. I'll show you. Let me zoom in so you can see some of the guns. Okay, I have a shelf coming, I would think right about this height, about the height of the Espada. Oh, you like my Beretta shirt? I meant the Beretta too, by the way. Right across here, I'm going to come out about 8 inches, come across the whole entire wall here. We'll have a display of different things coming across, memorabilia things. And then I'm even thinking about putting a green screen back here, but I'm a little nervous about the software because I don't know how to do the software and I have enough work. But that's an idea, it's a possibility. And then my wife gave me the idea of actually enclosing this whole area because I'm on 3 acres. I'll give you a more idea of what's going on. Forget the lighting because that's all going to be changed. You can see the roof. And she wants to take this whole entire thing. It was her idea. And she sees how much I enjoy this. And she sees your comments and she goes, if you're making friends out there, and let's just make this happen. Let's just keep it rolling. Plus she likes the fact that she helps me record and all that stuff. So she goes, let's enclose this whole thing, come back. I'm about, I don't know, 25 feet away now. And it's about, well, I'll tell you, those, you see the colored squares on the ground? It's a children's play area. This is a 2,500 square foot concrete structure in the back of my 3 acres. It's a separate structure. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's exactly 15 feet wide because those are 3 feet across these colored foam cushions. So what I want to do is bring it all the way back, I don't know, about 25, 30 feet, and close the whole thing, air condition it, and in the back have a gym. I want to buy, I've seen it online, it's called a Precor, P-R-E-C-O-R gym. It's, you know, it's kind of a nicer high-end gym, not one of those like you see, you know, advertised in those infomercials, but it's a pretty nice one. So as I get older, you got to think about your health and stay in shape. So I want to air condition the whole studio, and I want to update it. So it's gonna take time, but by Christmas this thing will be all decked out and awesome. Okay, I'm gonna pause and go back closer now. All right, I'll be back Wednesday afternoon back here in the Fort Lauderdale area, and I'll post my first video of the trip with Pete and I Wednesday night. I anticipate it to be very special and very exciting. I hope that one place in particular we're going to, like I said, is what I'm anticipating to be really, really special. I like to finish these videos, these update videos, with, I don't know what you want to call it, words of kindness, informative information, things I've learned in my life, and just basically a kind statement. Let's just call it that. Life advice. How about that? Life advice. I think I've been through a lot in my life, and I'm pretty fortunate, and I'm also pretty appreciative, and I also realize that I've worked very hard for all the things that you see that I have. But that's why I like to give you these tips. I like to share all the ups and downs I've been through in my life. One of the things I've really learned that helped me is this. I'll get right into it right now, and this is just all coming from my heart. And I thought about this today when I was out there working in the yard. I work on the plants a lot, palm trees. I was trimming palm trees and stuff. And I call this "Develop Your Compassion." Let's just title it that. Today's message: Develop your compassion. You know, nothing helps us build our perspective more than developing compassion for others. I'm going to talk slow so you can really grasp this. It's kind of deep. Compassion is a sympathetic feeling. It involves the willingness to put yourself in someone else's shoes. I'm going to say that again. It involves the willingness to put yourself in somebody else's shoes. To take the focus off yourself and to imagine what it's like to be in somebody else's predicament. That sounds easy. I can just say it, but put yourself in everybody else's predicament and try to be more compassionate. That's what this message is today. You know, simultaneously, you want to try to feel love for that person, and you want to recognize that person's problems and their pain that they might be having, or any frustrations that they might be having, because they're very real and often far worse than your own, the pain that other people are dealing with. Compassion is something you can develop with practice. I'm not good at it. I try. I talk about it because I think it makes me better. When I give you these life messages, it reminds me to get back into everything I'm speaking about, and to, like, for the next week or two, I'll really try to be extra compassionate towards people. There's two types of ways to do it, and that's intention and action. You know, you have to have the intention. You have to simply, which means you just have to want to open your heart to help others, and then you have to take action to do it. If you take the time to think about things like your life, I was thinking about this today, and human beings in general, how special we are, and how smart we are, and how much emotions we have. I mean, we got the last space shuttle in flight as I'm speaking right now. We put men on the moon, where you and I, all of us, are interacting. I feel like I know all of you just from typing back and forth and communicating. I spoke to some of you on the telephone and got to make a lot of friends. And we're so smart. I mean, we got the internet, and we got iPhones, and we got digital TVs and high-def TVs, and really, really interesting things. But the point is that human beings are extremely smart, and sometimes we're too smart for ourselves, and we take ourselves a little too seriously, and worrying gets you nowhere. So let me not get off track here. This whole thing is about being compassionate towards our others. If you can, everyone, try to do that for the next week, and try to put yourself in their shoes. Okay, I'll leave it at that. Thank you so much. You know how much I care about all of you. I'll have my laptop with me this week. I'll be reading the comments, but I will not be responding until I come back Wednesday night. Thank you, my friends. I care about all of you very much. Bye-bye.